TW, my parents sided with my ex-husband and now want forgiveness. #trigger warning. A little backstory. I've changed some things about this just in case my family sees. My 27 soon-to-be ex-husband 45 was a terrible person. Through therapy I'm realizing just how abusive he was. He gaslighted me, raped me multiple times and groomed me since I was 16. He was the asshole at my school. But this isn't about him. The final straw was when he got me pregnant without my consent and my parents agreed with his verbal and sexual abuse because I got an abortion. They are extremely Christian and think that I shouldn't have gotten an abortion and that he is justified in the abuse. I haven't spoken to them since. My mother reached out via email about wanting my forgiveness because they want to see me for the holidays. I honestly don't think that they actually feel bad about siding with him. It seems like they just want me present for Thanksgiving and the other upcoming holidays. Of course I want to see my family, but after they sided with my abuser I feel like this could be a trap and he might be there. Or I feel like this could be an ambush for them to try and encourage me to not proceed with the divorce. Should I visit my family for the holidays? It's not just my parents I'm missing out on. FYI, our holiday festivities are only 10 people at a time, masks are going to be worn at all times and eating will be done separated in distanced spacing. Edit. Look, I change the ages and other details up so that people who know me won't connect the dots. My ex-husband I do have a large age difference. My ex and a few of my family members are very active on Reddit and I don't want to have to deal with them knowing it's me. The victim blaming and doubt isn't helpful. If you can't be helpful just don't comment. You are very probably right. They want you for the holidays. And not for your sake. They probably want to look good for their community. A fallout in the family looks bad for their friends and church members. I would not go. They were way out of line. There is nothing that indicates they changed their view on you and your choice or life situation. This will result in lots more painful comments from them. Don't do it. Don't go. Cut them off. I think you're right on the money. They don't feel bad. They want to strong-arm you into staying married and taking their shit until the end of time. You know the best thing for you is? Not visiting. You aren't losing anything. Visit in future once your divorce comes through. If you don't visit them I don't think they will die, so no emergency to go and visit. Middle-aged men ruining younger women's lives, grooming them, gotta stop, man. I know Reddit sings, she is matured, she knows what she is doing, she consented to it bullshit, but man there really are too many pedos roaming streets nowadays. I hope you are safe, healthy and getting enough therapy now. This stinks of rug sweeping. She said she wants forgiveness. Did she actually apologize? Or did she just expect you to just forgive her and act like everything's great? I wouldn't respond at all. If you haven't seen them for a time, the holidays is not the time to reunite. You will not be able to hash out the differences. Try after the new year. Go with your gut. Don't go. This is a trap. My mother reached out via email about wanting my forgiveness because they want to see me for the holidays. What are they willing to do as an act of contrition? Not kidding. If they believe they need to seek forgiveness and are as devout as you indicate, then they know just asking isn't enough. Forgiveness is for the forgiver. The one seeking forgiveness isn't entitled to anything. You can forgive and still choose to not be around them. You can still honor them as your parents, as commandment says. That doesn't mean you have to like them or obey them. Ever hear of the expression, burn that bridge? Well, this bridge I would blow up with dynamite, then napalm the wreckage, then plow the ashes 6 feet under, then salt the earth where it was buried. Fuck these people. Absolutely unforgivable behavior on their part. Forget they even exist and move on. You're right to suspect them of planning something, and you're right that they only feel sorry for themselves. Instead of meeting for the holidays, arrange a Zoom, Skype or FaceTime meeting. That way you can see their faces, and if they're trying to bullshit you, it's likely they're trying to set up your ex or trying to keep up appearances. Ask why you should go to their home? Why you should forgive them? If they give bullshit about being Christian or your parents, just end the meeting and don't look back. Nothing has changed. I wouldn't go near them and I wouldn't trust them. If they want forgiveness, they can come to you. Don't go there as you're more vulnerable. I feel like it's a trap. don't go. They can make more of an effort than simply asking for forgiveness. They siding with your abuser and doing what they did makes them just as toxic. I wouldn't go. They sided with a pedo over their own flesh and blood. No thanks. Absolutely not. Loving parents do not side with their child's rapist. They made their bed. Let them celebrate the holidays alone. I'm a bit confused by your rapidly changing ages going by your post history. 66 days ago you were 30, then in the abortion post you were 31 and your ex 35, now you're 27 and he's 45. Not to mention you claim your ex and his mom have sex with each other? If this were me I wouldn't speak to those scumbags ever again. Your parents are just as bad as your ex for condoning what he did. Cut them out of your life permanently. Judging by what you have been subjected to, I would rather eat at Taco Bell with a homeless person than with your parents. Avoid them and all the drama they have caused you, and will continue to do. How is it that you are so sure those precautions are going to be followed? I don't think you should visit your family yet. They haven't offered a real apology and it seems less like they are truly sorry and more like they want the appearance of togetherness. I think COVID precautions might be a great way to sidestep this conversation if it's not one you're ready to have. Just say you are following health recommendations and will be avoiding holidays for everyone's safety. Which also, everyone should be doing anyway. I hope you have support from friends and your therapist as you proceed with this divorce. What do you have to gain? Traitors being happy to have you back? You deserve better. Are you positive he won't be there? Super religious could mean some last-ditch effort at reconciliation if the divorce isn't final. You are dead on. This is a trap. Do not walk into it. I would bet money they're going to have him there and try to pull some sort of reunion. 2. Bring man and wife together again like God intended. I also find it seriously offensive that your parents are siding with a pair of vicious racists. One of which sexually assaulted their daughter. How very Christian of them. Hi. This sounds really awful. How are you holding up? Do you have a support group that's steady outside of your family? We know abusers sometimes use isolation tactics. Do you think suggestions on how to build a friend group would be helpful in improving your quality of life right now? My thoughts are that holidays are tough, and Friendsgivings can help ease the sting. I would also consider volunteering, maybe. At the local Humane Society, volunteers bring special treats on holidays. One volunteer celebrated by bringing dessert for humans at the shelter and a lot of turkey for animals. I know, this isn't quite on topic. I just wanted to reach out. Maybe this will be helpful. I can't imagine what you're going through right now. Hugs. Don't visit them. If they ask, say it's the pandemic. They can be angry but you have the government on your side. Deal with them later. Top comment comes from a psychic. Fact is, we don't know why they are reaching out. Have you considered writing to them? On paper. Tell them again what happened. You give examples followed by examples of their response. Then, ask them what they are looking for and why you are finding it hard to trust their motives. If they come back and sound genuine, suggest a meet up for lunch in a neutral location that will give you a feel. By that point you may have enough of a feeling to be able to make up your own mind. Ignore anyone who does not know you or your parents and then tries to tell you what they are thinking. You can ask them those things directly. Will my husband be there? Are you okay with not talking about him at all? Did you know there's 80% chance that someone at that gathering will have COVID? You shouldn't go just for that, let alone risking death for people who don't give a shit about you and sided with your rapist. I would not consider seeing your family until the divorce is done, finalized, and no going back. Because yeah, you're probably right. They are definitely going to harangue you about the divorce. And you really don't need that shit. If I were you, I would say, I'm uncomfortable with indoor gatherings, even with masks and distancing, especially since most public health officials are discouraging them. Whether you believe it or not, it will give you more time to think about forgiving them or not and take the pressure off. It's a trap. Did she apologize or just vaguely say she wanted your forgiveness? She doesn't seem like the apology type, so if she's acting out of character, it's likely a trick of some kind. You're either walking into an ambush or it's an attempt to save face in front of the extended family because she doesn't want them to know her kid won't speak to her. I do believe you will be sorry if you go. Go nuclear. Vent to their pastor. Stand your ground. Be blunt, tell them no, they aren't deserving of your forgiveness, nor are you going to sit there and pretend be one big happy family just for their sake. They lost those privileges as they've shown they'll chose their own reputation and over you, your happiness and your sanity. No. Do not attend. Apologies without behavioral change are manipulation, and you should always believe a person's track record. Some no contact would do you good. They just want you around to pretend to be the perfect little family. Honestly, if they're as bad as other people have been, they might have invited him over to try and get you two to reconcile or something. I'd tell them no and that you don't feel their apology is genuine. Protect your peace of mind and skip Thanksgiving and reevaluate for Christmas. Or if you have someone that you can trust, they can find out who is invited to make sure that your ex isn't included. That way you know it is safe for you to go. Go with your instincts. If you think it's a setup, it most likely is. Don't go, please. There's no such thing as a safe gathering of multiple households right now. But also, it's a good idea to keep your distance. Keep the relationship digital for now. They need to earn back your trust. Or perhaps, he groomed your parents the way he did you and they've had all of luck down to think about it. Maybe give them a chance and hear them out. Then make a decision. If what you suspect is true, him being there, you could be going into a very dangerous situation. Any chance they would refuse to let you leave if you didn't relent to their ways and point of view? Go with your gut always. When you feel like you're walking into something, it's usually because you are. Just tell them thanks but no thanks. I'd bet they invited him and are trying to get y'all to work it out. Honestly, no, don't forgive them and don't go. Ignore that email and go no contact. Your predator husband raped you and forcefully got you pregnant, and they sided with him because they thought a clump of cells and it being a sin matters more than you. You don't have to forgive anybody. You went through hell. Your safety and self-preservation come first. If you think this could be a setup, don't go. If there are other family members you do want to see, try to make alternate plans with them for another time. My feeling is your parents picked a side and it wasn't you. You owe them nothing. Let's keep this simple. If you have any doubt about their sincerity, don't go. If you think there might be an ulterior motive, don't go. If you think you will be, hell, just don't go and be done with it. Tell your parents no. Did your other family members know you had monsters for parents? If they did, you should throw out the whole tree. Otherwise, surely they could accommodate leaving them out. Do not go at a trap. I bet they super Christian and probably want you to make the marriage right by God or something. I would not give them an inch. You should not. Maybe next year, but you shouldn't until the divorce is finalized and the pandemic passes. There are like a million permutations of a few bad fucked up situations you completely avoid by putting off a reconciliation meeting until after the pandemic and divorce pass. Don't go. Go if you feel like it's genuinely going to be nice. Maybe set up some boundaries on what isn't okay to talk about. If they make you uncomfortable in any way, you can always leave. They have to play by your rules because you don't owe it to them to be around them.